What's up guys, my name is Deli from Deli Automations, and today I'm going to be showing you how we made a real estate voice agent that sounds like this.
Hello, you've reached Tom from DL Real Estate New York. How can I help you today?
What's up Tom? I would like to schedule a viewing, is that possible?
Of course. Could you please provide me with the property name or address you'd like to schedule a viewing for?
I would like to visit Big Bank Street 51, if that's possible.
Thank you. Let me check the availability for the property at Big Bank Street 51. Could you let me know your preferred date and time for the viewing?
Can we do tomorrow at like 3 p.m.?
Let me check if the property at Big Bank Street 51 is available for a viewing tomorrow at 3 p.m. The property at Big Bank Street 51 is available for a viewing tomorrow from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. May I have your full name and email address to confirm the appointment?
Yeah, so my full name is Thomas Delisle, and my email address is thomasdelisle@gmail.com.
I'll confirm your viewing for tomorrow at 3 p.m. for Big Bank Street 51. Your viewing for Big Bank Street 51 has been successfully booked for tomorrow at 3 p.m. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with.
So how big was this venue again, or this apartment?
Unfortunately, I don't have the specific size details for Big Bank Street 51 at the moment. One of our agents will provide you with accurate information during the viewing or follow up with you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.
So as you can see, in around a minute with this voice agent, you can book a meeting for, well, this made up real estate agency. But this could be made for your own real estate agency, or you can sell these voice agents yourself, just like we do at Deli Automations. In this video, I'll be going over 4 steps, explaining you how we built this agent and how you can set up a CRM with it. And yeah, let's just get started. So before we move on to the build, I think it's important to cover why we are building these voice agents and what the use case could be. So in this case, it's real estate agencies, but a lot of businesses, not just real estate agencies, lose a lot of leads due to missed calls, and a voice agent can answer calls 24/7. It can also capture full lead info, book meetings and viewings on the spot, and it could also handle the FAQ and all the basic questions. So basically what a voice agent will do is it will free up a lot of time for your human workforce or human agents, because they have to spend way less time on doing administration or handling stupid easy questions that a voice agent would be able to do. So basically it's like adding an extra receptionist to your business that never sleeps, and is cheaper. Alright, so now that we covered that, let's get into the build. In this video, we're going to be using Retell AI. There are multiple voice agent builders out there. I think Vapi is also a good one, which we have some experience with. But today we're going to use Retell, which has a very easy user interface, and I'll be guiding you through it. So let's go. Alright, so we're going to open Google Chrome and type in retellai.com. You're going to create an account. I already made one, so I'm going to log in. Sorry for my voice, by the way. I'm kind of sick, but still making this video for you guys, so please give a thumbs up. Anyway, this is the dashboard of Retell. It's fairly simple. If you click here on the top left, you can see all the tabs. So it has agents, knowledge base, phone numbers, batch call, all that stuff right here. But we're gonna be building an agent, of course. So we're gonna go to the agents tab. I already made one. This is the one right here. But if we're gonna make a new one, we're gonna press create an agent and then voice agent. Now, there are multiple agent types. Single prompt agent is good. You can also make multi-prompt agents for like more flexible conversations with structured workflows. Today, the use case is pretty easy, but let's say you have a very big company, then multi-prompt agents will probably be the better option. So yeah, but for now, single prompt agent is good. So we're gonna click create. You can also select the template, by the way, but we're gonna be selecting the single prompt agent now. So once you're here, this is the dashboard. On the top left, you can see the model. You can choose from ChatGPT or Anthropic or Gemini. Here's the voice agent. It's really nice. You can, well, there are a lot to pick from. But you can just play around, click on the play button, and you'll...
Hey, I'm Brian, ready to get going. Whatever you need, consider it done promptly. What are we working on right now?
Right, so you get the point. You can put it to a lot of different languages. Now, of course, it's a nice feature that they have a lot of different languages, but if you're going to be selling voice agents today, the English versions are way better than the rest, so just keep that in mind. Here we're going to be writing our prompt, of course. We're going to go over that, how we're going to create the prompt, welcome message, everything. It has functions, a knowledge base, speed settings, all of that stuff. We're going to be getting into that. This is just to show you how everything looks like, but let's get into the first step. All right, so the first step is going to be create the prompt for the AI voice agent. Now, of course, we all know voice agents are pretty good at talking out of their ass, but we want them to actually have some good conversations and actual structured conversations as well with the user or the clients. So in order for us to make that possible, we need to give it a proper prompt. Now, how are we going to create this good prompt? Well, even though I'm pretty good at writing prompts myself, I'd rather have ChatGPT make them. So we're gonna go over to ChatGPT. All right, so once you're in ChatGPT, we're gonna go over to the GPTs tab, and then we're gonna search prompt engineering. Now, why are we doing this? Because we want to create this perfect prompt, of course, and we're not gonna do that ourselves. So I'm just gonna tell it, give me a prompt maker. So now it's gonna make a prompt for a voice agent prompt maker. This exact prompt, we're gonna copy it. Then we're gonna start a new chat, paste this in, and then we're gonna be saying what our use case is. So in this case, it's real estate agents, but you can also make voice agents for gym owners or dentists or plumbers or construction workers. It doesn't really matter, but whatever niche you're selling it to, put it in here. So you're gonna be saying, in this case, make a now, of course, you would have more information on your real estate agency or plumber. You put it all in there. Anyway, it's gonna make a whole prompt now. Then you're gonna go back to Retell. You're gonna copy this prompt and put it in here. Now I'm gonna be moving out of this one because I already made one. But essentially, it should look something like this. So it's gonna have a clear role, task, specifics, context, examples, and then also you're gonna put in notes. This is for small details or tweaks. You can copy the template that I have here, just pause the video and maybe tailor it to your niche or company that you wanna help. Right, and once we've done that, we're gonna select the model. I think GPT 4o is good. You could also go for GPT 4o mini, which is way cheaper. I've never actually tried the fast tier, but I think it's really good. But we've been using 4o and it's almost flawless. So if you want a really good GPT, then just use 4o. But if you have an easier use case, you can always go for the faster ones. Anyway, the voice you can always choose here. Language, you're gonna put it to English. If you're from the UK, you can also put it to UK English. But yeah, that's the first step. Now the voice agent knows what it has to do, who it is, and how it has to respond to the questions from the client. So let's move into step number 2. And step number 2 is gonna be giving the voice agents functions and a knowledge base. So what are functions and what is a knowledge base? So basically what we want the voice agent to be able to do is book meetings, cancel meetings, and check availability, of course. So how would it be able to do that? It needs functions, and functions basically means the connection between the external app, which is going to be cal.com in this case. It could also be Google Meet, but it needs to be able to receive and give data to cal.com or Google Meets so it can update the current calendar. And then the knowledge base is for extra knowledge about the specific company that you're going to be building this voice agent for. We can do this through adding documents, but Retell can also scrape websites from the company that you're going to be building this voice agent for. So, which is a really nice feature, actually, something that Vapi, for example, does not have. And it's really easy. So I'm going to be showing you that right now. All right, so we're going to start off with the functions. We're going to go over to the functions tab, of course, and we're going to be making a check availability calendar function and a book appointment calendar function. How do you do that? Now you press add. You can also add an end call function, call transfer, if you want to transfer it to a human. You can do check calendar availability, book calendar, press digit, send SMS, all that stuff. But for right now, we're going to be checking calendar availability. You can name it wherever you want. Just make sure you can find it back into the prompt because you're going to have to paste this name into the prompt at some point. Yeah, description is good as it is. If you want to add details, then go ahead. Now, we need an API key and an event type ID. And we're going to need to put the right time zone into this space right here. So let's first go over to calendar.com. Not Calendly, cal.com. If you don't have an account yet, please make one. So once you're logged into cal.com, this is what you're gonna see. We're gonna have the event types tab here, the bookings, availability, workflows, and also here with the settings, we're gonna be seeing API keys and webhooks, which we're gonna use later. Actually, if you look at bookings, this is the one we just booked at the beginning of the video. So yeah, just to show that it works. It looks weird because yeah, this is my name and this is the company we booked it for, but of course it's gonna look different for your company. So we're gonna create a new event type, and this can be like, well, in this case I'm gonna be calling it YouTube, just because of the sake of this video. You can choose the time or the duration of the meeting. You can click continue then. So once you've created the event, we're gonna go over to availability, put everything that suits you, of course. Limits as well. You can choose how long the meeting can be, if it's gonna be in real life or as a video. You can do that here. But now we need the API key. So how do we get that? We go to settings, we go to API keys, and you're going to select add API key. You're gonna name this key, I'm saying YouTube. I would select never expires, just it's better. Press save, and you get this API key right here. Now, please, before you copy this API key and click done, you can never see this API key again. So before you do anything, I want you to copy it, make a Word document, put it in there, keep it safe somewhere, because once you click done here, you will never see this API key again. So you copy it, you put it in a Word document, click done, then you go back to Retell and you press add in this case, check calendar availability, you put your API key right here. Now the event type ID, which we also need, you're gonna find it back into cal.com. We're gonna go back to this event, which is gonna be YouTube, of course, and this number between the slash and the question mark is gonna be the ID. So we copy that, go back to Retell, put it into event type ID, and then it's all set. I am not in LA right now. I wish, but or actually, no. Anyway, I'm in Amsterdam, so we're gonna put Europe/Amsterdam, tailored to wherever you are at. But this is to make sure that the times match the ones that are in your cal.com calendar. So we press save. Oh, okay. I cannot save it because this name I already have. So I'm gonna call it YouTube. So there you go. Now it's all set up. However, I'm not gonna be using this one. I'm gonna be using this one. I set it up this exact same way, so I'm gonna be deleting this one. Now, this function, we're gonna put it into the prompt because the voice agent needs to know when to check the calendar availability, of course. So within the prompt and within the task, actually, I'm gonna be telling it to handle incoming calls when staff are unavailable, assist callers with property related queries, and collect essential contract information. When applicable, check availability by running the, here we go, check availability cal function, which is this one, of course. And then when it's applicable, of course, book appointments, running the book appointment cal function, which is the next thing we're gonna be setting up. Essentially, it's the same thing. We just put the calendar API key in and the calendar event type, give it the book appointment call name or whatever name you want it to give. All right, so that is all done. We set up the functions. Of course, you can add more functions with coding as well, but I'm not too good at coding, so I just keep it simple. Now we're gonna move on to the knowledge base. Okay, so we're gonna press knowledge base. Here, of course, you're gonna be able to add a knowledge base, but we're gonna have to create a new one first. All right, so we're gonna go to this tab right here. I already created a test demo, but we're gonna create a new one. Name is gonna be YouTube. We can add documents, add web pages, or plain text. But in this case, since it's a cool feature, I want to show you how it can scrape from a website as well. So let's just go to, I don't know, real estate agency in Amsterdam, whatever. We're gonna be pressing, let's say this one. We're gonna copy the URL and then put it in here. Press save. And we're gonna see how long this is gonna take. All right, so here you can select all the pages of the website separately as well. Yeah, I don't want to scrape them all, but you know what? Let's scrape them all, see how long it takes. Let's do it. Save. All right, so as you can see, it's in progress. It's gonna scrape all of the pages of this website, and then it's gonna be in the knowledge base of the voice agent. So it's gonna know everything from this website, all the questions, all the FAQs. This is basically all the data the voice agent would need to answer every question that the client would have. All right, so as you can see, after about 5 minutes, it scraped all of the 103 pages of this website. which can now be used into your agent. Now let's select this knowledge base. We're gonna press add, and I call it YouTube, of course, so you just press YouTube, and then the knowledge base is added. Now I'm gonna remove it because there's no useful information in this one. But yeah, now we added the knowledge base, and it's time to get into the next step. Step number 3. All right, so step number 3 is, of course, before we implement anything into a business, we need to test it. Because the voice agent is not flawless yet, we need to look for mistakes it makes, or when the AI starts hallucinating, we need to prevent it, of course. So that's why we test it. Now, Retell has a nice feature where we can test the voice agent without calling it, because if you call it, you will lose some of your budget. So we can test the LLM with just text, which we're gonna do right now. So let's go. All right, so once we're back in Retell, we're gonna press test LLM, not test audio, just test LLM. We can do an AI simulated chat, but we can also make a manual chat. Now, you can of course have this conversation or make this conversation yourself, but to save time, I'd like to go to ChatGPT again, make a new chat, and then ask it, give me some, let's say, we can say, give me some thoughtful questions related to the real estate niche. I'm testing my voice agent to see if he's capable of that. And so, questions. All right, so there you go. Now we have some difficult questions, and you could just go one by one, test them into the voice agent right here. It said hello, of course, blah, 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 blah. I'll just say this, see what it does. Well, in this case, it says, I don't have specific details on property tax comparisons for neighborhoods. One of our agents will get back to you shortly with accurate information. So what we could do now is add the property tax comparisons for the neighborhoods into the knowledge base if we want this agent to be able to answer these questions. Or we can make a function call where it would transfer the call to an actual human agent so they can handle the question. But I'm gonna go over some more questions, see if I like to change anything in the prompt, and yeah, I'll see you back then. Okay, so basically I tested some questions, but I found out that most of the general questions it can actually handle pretty well. But when it's becomes specific, you just need a real website and a real real estate agency with information in the knowledge base to answer these questions. So of course, when you're dealing with a real business, you can always put it in the knowledge base. But in this case, it will always try to escalate and transfer the call to a human agent. But of course, if you have more information about your own business, then put it in the knowledge base. It's almost unlimited, so you can add as much info as you want. If you find out that it cannot handle a certain question, you mark it and you put it into the knowledge base with the answer. So once you've tested the LLM with the text, you can move on to the voice, see if you like the voice of the AI. And otherwise, you're done testing. You can implement it into the business. Now we're gonna move on to the 4th step, and actually the last one, because of course these calls are fun and all, but you want to be able to log everything and look back at the conversations that have been made, and also track back data, also look at when the voice agent escalated and see how many appointments you've booked or canceled with the voice agent. So we're gonna go over to that step right now. 4th step, last step, let's go. All right, so for logging the data, we're gonna be using NAN, which is a workflow builder platform. And in this case, Google Sheets. You can also use Airtable to log everything, but Google Sheets is free, very easy to use. Airtable as well, but in this case, we're gonna use Google Sheets because everyone has access to it. Also, if you have a bit more budget, you can also go to, I believe it's called Chat Dash. Yeah, Chat Dash. It's actually a really nice platform where you can, okay, so I don't have an account of Chat Dash, but anyway, what you can do in Chat Dash is you can make a really nice dashboard with all the analytics of the calls, all of that stuff. It does cost like $60 a month, but if you're working with bigger businesses, it's definitely worth the investment. Right now, we're gonna be using Google Sheets though. So let's go into NAN and see how we built this workflow. All right, so let's type in nan.io. We're gonna be working with webhooks. So if you don't know what a webhook is, it basically is, well, sending and receiving data. So what we want is the data that we get from this call, we want to put it into the Google Sheets. That's the goal. Now, how do we do that? There are a few things that we want from this call. I already put it here, but in the post call analysis tab, you're gonna add the types of data that we want from the call. So in this case, it's call summary, escalation, appointment booked, appointment canceled, time of viewing, date of viewing, caller name, phone number, and email. You can add more if you want. You can choose text, selector, Boolean, or number. Those are the little icons in front. So what it now does is once the call is done, it's gonna give an end of call analysis. It's gonna give all of these parameters, which we can then easily map into a Google Sheets, which we're gonna cover in a minute. So let's go into NAN. I wanted to show you how that looks like. So this is one of the test calls that I did, not the one at the beginning of the video, but it doesn't matter. So right here, you can see the summary or the transcript of the whole call. But to set this up in NAN, you're gonna press tab and then type webhook. Now, what we're gonna do is make a post request, also make a production URL, because if you do a test URL, it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why, but once you copy that, we're gonna go back into Retell, check the webhook settings and paste it in here. I already did it, but paste it in there. Then also that is not enough, because once we go back and then press phone numbers, you need to buy a phone number for $2, buy one. Use the area code you're in, that's fine. I use Twilio, it's gonna be $2 a month, so that's nothing. Then you're gonna put this webhook in here as well. After clicking this check, you put the webhook in here as well. Otherwise, it will not work. Guys, please paste it in here as well. Now, back to NAN. We put the post request here, authentication, all that stuff doesn't matter. We want to respond it immediately. All right, so now we have the data from the webhook. We need to add a Google Sheets note though. But first we need to make a sheet actually in Google Sheets. So let's go to Google Sheets. We're gonna create a new sheets. And then you're gonna put all of the headers that you have made here. So all of the things or all of the data that you want. I don't know if this works, let's see. Paste. No, we don't want that. So we're gonna ask chat real quick. Make this list so I can paste it into Sheets, headers. All right, so once you have that, you copy paste everything into here. All right, this sucks. Okay, I've pasted all of the headers in. Now we're gonna title it YouTube. Title it so you can find everything back. Also name the sheet if you have different sheets, please. Just keep everything organized. In this case, I don't really care, but normally you want everything to be organized. Then we're gonna go back to NAN. Press tab and then Google Sheets. Append or update row and sheet. You're gonna select your account. This is my account. You're gonna select a sheet within the document. Then you're gonna choose your actual sheet, which is YouTube in this case. And then sheet 1. So now you have to map everything. As you can see all the headers here, which is nice. So this is the output from the webhook. If you want to search for the data, you're gonna press in the search bar here and press custom. And then you're gonna get this custom analysis data. And you can map all of the stuff that needs to be mapped. So we're gonna drag call summary to call summary. And then you got it right here. Escalation to escalation. Once you mapped everything, we're gonna test the step. Okay, match on parameter is not set. So, oh yeah. So we need something to, yeah. So we're gonna add like call ID. Now I believe we can refresh this, right? Yes, we can refresh. All right. So now we're gonna add like a call ID, because this is how Google Sheets knows that it's from this call and not from some other call. So we need the call ID. We added the call ID here, and then we press column to match on call ID. Then we test the step again. There we go. And now everything is mapped into the Google Sheets, as we can see right here. Now, of course, we want this to be a bit bigger. So we're gonna format and then put it like, what's it called, wrap. Now you can see all the data here. Appointment booked was true, nothing was canceled. Time of the viewing, you can see here. Date of the viewing, the name, phone number. I didn't give a phone number, so I need to add to the prompt that I have to give a phone number if that's a requirement for the company. But I did give an email, so we can send the email there. Oh yeah, by the way, this was from a different call, so that's why the data is not matching the one from the call in the beginning of the video. But it just goes to show that it does work. And also this is a node that I'm not using, so I'm gonna delete that one. But when you're testing your webhook, you got to make sure that the workflow is active. And then also the output is going to be at the executions. So you got to press executions, and then you can see the output right here if you press on it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I don't know why that is, but just keep that in mind. But yeah, from there, whenever a row is updated, you can add like another node to like, I don't know, Slack or whatever platform your company is using to send a message like, hey, someone booked in a call, or someone just called and they canceled a meeting, just to add like different nodes. You can play with that in NAN, but for now, this is the basics. So yeah, that's it for the last step. And with that, we reached the end of the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you're gonna use this for your own business, or use it to sell it to other businesses. Or if you want us to help you set it up for your business, then please let us know. Leave a comment, or you can book in a call with us. It's free. We can just fully go over everything that you need for your company, and we can build it for you guys. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We're gonna be seeing you in the next video on Sunday. See you there.